1, 2, 3. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. My baby stands on golden shores, watching the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, straight to her arms, I'd go sailing. I know beyond the stars, it's far beyond the moon. I know beyond the down, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just like before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea. Never again I'll go sailing. Hey guys, really hard work singing and playing that all at the same time. I'm already exhausted now. I did about 100 takes of that, so forgive me if I seem a little washed out now. I quickly want to thank David Pearson, Paul Biff Bithell, Hideyuka Fujikawa for, the second two guys recently joined, and David Pearson recently upped his pledge. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. If you are thinking about joining the Patreon, especially with these tutorials, I'm going to be uploading at least one of these a month, and for a couple bucks, I think it's fairly good value. I mean, I've probably put hundreds of hours working out how to make these standards sound cool instead of just using really bog stock chords, and you can benefit from that, of course, just by watching these YouTube videos, but you get the transcriptions and the PDFs, attachments and stuff, and also you can feel good watching it knowing that you're helping me make more of these videos. Now, getting on with the actual lesson here, I'm going to move fairly quickly through this one. I'd probably recommend looking at some of the other ones. There's Fly Me to the Moon, Cheek to Cheek, stuff like that. Have a look at some of the other ones because you'll start to get familiar with a lot of the things that I'm using. But getting into it, this first chord here, it says on the chart, which by the way, I use the Hal Leonard book for most of my charts, these real books. I think they're fantastic. But I will attach on the Patreon one of these style charts. This is not the one, this is a different one from this program called iReal, but I will not be using the Hal Leonard one because if I scan that and put it on my website, I'll probably go to jail for that. That's illegal. Well, maybe not jail, maybe a night in a cell somewhere. Maybe not a night in a cell somewhere, maybe just like a light beating from somebody. But anyway, that sounds really odd when I put it like that. Let's get into the actual lesson before I make more bad jokes. So the first chord I use is an F6, okay? Well, it says F6, but I'm just playing an F major here. So I've got the C, the F, and the A there. So from the 6th string, we've got 8, 8, and 7, okay? Strum that twice. Then we go to the D minor 7, very standard voicing this one. 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, okay? Barring, obviously, to get those notes along the 5. So 2 of these, D minor 7. I'm playing, instead of a G minor 7 here, okay, it's been done before many times, so let's try something different. We're using this guy, also been used before, but a lot less. The notes that we need in a G minor would be a G, a B flat, and a D. I've got those notes, I've just got them in a different spot. So I've got the B flat, the G, and the D. Okay, so that's how I'm playing the G minor. So we've got F6, D minor 7, G minor 7. Let's call it a G minor 7 / B flat for now, okay? Or we could also call it a B flat 6. F6, D minor 7, B flat 6, C7, so 8, 8, and 7. Make sure with this chord, the previous chord, and the next chord, that you're blocking the 5th string. We want that deadened. Okay, gives it a little bit of extra thump. C7, and now we repeat those 2 bars exactly the same. So we go repeat use the F major chord again. I keep calling it an F6 because it says that in the chart. It's not, it's just an F. We're playing it just as an F major. Nothing wrong with using a major chord every now and then. We hit that twice. Now we play an A7. Exactly the same way we play the C7, but back at the 5th fret. So you hit that twice. Now we're on to the D minor 7 for 2, C7. We're back to our F, D minor 7. Now for the B flat major, we're using the same chord we played for G minor, okay? Chord synonyms. Two chords with different names that sound exactly the same, could even be using the same notes. A B flat 6, okay, and a G minor, or a regular G minor are actually very much the same chord. So at this point where it will say B flat on the chart, so this would be bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bar 8 when you go to the B flat. You can use that same chord that we used for the G minor before. Okay, and that's a B flat 6. Now when we go to the D7, I'm actually just sliding the second finger back one, and my first finger goes with it, but I'm tucking in, well, instead of tucking in the pinky, I'm actually just dropping in the third there. So that goes 5 from the 6th string, dead note on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 4th string, and 5th fret on the 3rd string, right there. So we've got, and then we are, so that's at the D7, now into bar 9, we're going to an actual G minor 7. So 3, block 3, 3, hit it, we've hit it twice. And then we do a C7, or maybe even a C9 if you like. C, so that's 3 from the 5th string, 3, 2 on the 4th, 3 on the 3rd, 3 on the 2nd. We hit it twice, once. Go to a C sharp diminished once. So that's from the 5th string, 4, 5, 3, 5. Talking about frets, obviously. And then we're on to the D minor 7. So let me just play right from the start. 1, 2. A lot of chords. D7, G minor 7, C7, C sharp diminished, D minor 7, B flat 6. Now we throw the 3rd finger to the 7th fret and we hold it for a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a G7, guys. We have a B, we have a D, and we have a B, a G, and a D. That's a G7. That's a G chord. There's no 7. If we want the 7, we can get that here. Would actually be the flat 7 against the G, okay? But it's what makes it a G7 chord. Confusing, I know. Check out my chord theory videos if you want to know more about that. So that's for a bar. I don't worry about that note. I just play the G major. We drop this back to get our G minor again, and then I walk through the B up to a C7 there. So those last 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're back to the A section again. Now this time around, I wanted to do something a little bit different to just keep it interesting, to mix it up a little bit. From that F, I go to this version of this, just like the G7 that we played before, but we're doing it from the 9th fret now. So 9, block the 5th, 7, and 9. Okay, and that's your A7 chord there, just like that. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We do our D minor 7 from here, okay, which is the same as the G minor 7, but up at the 10th fret, our C7, and now we're back to what we were doing before, okay? F, D minor 7, B flat, D7, G minor, C9, C sharp diminished, D minor 7, B flat, and then I go up to the C7 and I sit there for a bit, and then so that's for a bar of C7. And then we go back to the F and we finish with the, a little lick there, which is based around the E7, okay? So that takes us to, I guess, what we would call the B section, okay? And in the B section, we have an A6. Gets a little more stock here. I've just played what the chords kind of say to do. So that's open 5th string, 7 on the 4th string, 6 on the 5th, 6 on the 3rd, 5th fret on the 2nd string, well, actually, no. I put my pinky on the 7 there, and my first finger on the 5th fret of the 1st string. Yeah, so it's that. So that's an A6. And then I got to an F sharp minor, 7, just like the D minor 7, but from the 9th fret. So then we're doing a B minor 7, exactly the same as the G minor 7 that we used and the D minor 7 that we used. Okay, so remember to block the 5th string. So we've got 1. And then I play my E7 just by ditching this note here on the 4th string and playing the note below, which is the 6th fret, which makes this an E7. We've got a B in the bass, a G sharp, and a D. We don't have an E, but we don't need one. Okay, that's totally okay. Then we're back to that A6. We repeat everything again, and we just sit on an A major chord for 4 beats. Then we have D minor 7, same one you're familiar with, and a G7, same as before, because we're setting up the change to the, let's call it part C, which is in a different key again. So when we went from the first section, the A section, to the B section, we shifted from the key of F, okay, or we finished there. We shifted to the key of A, and that's why we use the E7, because that belongs to the key of A. Okay, E7 based idea, which looks exactly the same as that chord. So we went to A. We sit on that for a bar. And actually, I think I use the D minor 7 like this. You don't have to, you could use the one you used before. Totally fine. I think in the bit when I was playing before, I did this one. So I'll show you that as well. That's 5 on the 5th string, 3 on the 5th string, 4th string, 5 on the 3rd string, pinky on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. And then I do this. So this is 4 on the 6, 4 on the 4, 5 on the 3, and 6 on the 2, and blocking the 5th string again. So it's, and that sets up the final section, or the 3rd section, second last section. It's not quite the final, but the final new section, because the last bit, guess what? You've already learnt it. That's good news, isn't it? So you could do it 2 ways here. You could go, so we'll sit on that for a bar. You could go, no problems, or you could use the other voice here. All the same, completely up to you. Or you can ditch the extra chord altogether and keep it simple and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on to part C. So I use this C6-9. So that's 3, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, except I use my 3rd finger and my pinky to do that. I'm just showing you in the most awkward way possible. I use that one, C6-9, A minor 7, D minor 7, okay, which I just showed you before as the alternative chord, but you're welcome to use this one as well if you're more comfortable. For some reason at this point I started using more notes in the chords. I think it kind of fattens out the arrangement as you go. So I've got a G7 and I'm just adding my pinky there on the 5th fret. So you would have recognized that chord from before. So 1, use that one if you want. And then what I do here is I go straight to the G minor, just like that. So we've come off the G7, we switch it to a G minor. Leave me there soon. Leave me there soon. Okay, leave me there soon. Okay, and that's taking us back to the A section, which you've already done. Okay, so let's call it the final A, and you play exactly the same. What was the next chord there? That's right. That's the end of the song. So it's exactly the same as the second A that you played. You've already learnt it, okay? But what I'll do, I will play through. I'll play through the whole chart one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. clarifies and just sort of irons it out a little bit for you. I do apologise. It can get really complicated sometimes between charts and the original versions and whatever the heck I just did at the start of this one. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed that. Please comment, like, share. Let me know what you think. It all helps. It helps the algorithm. I'm so sick of hearing this stuff about the algorithm. But look, guys, I'm not too stressed about YouTube because the Patreon's going really fantastic. I cannot thank you guys for the support. I cannot thank you guys for the support. I can thank you for the support, just not enough. Yeah. So guys, there's a few of these tutorials now. If you enjoyed this one, check out the jazz, I think it's the swing chord jazz playlist. I've got a playlist now. Check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.